All right, all right, all right. We are live, 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 live. Yes, yes, yes. Good to be back. All right. Let's have some conversations here to begin with. Information number one. I am going to be starting a project. I have a theory that I want to test out. Uh, and the only way to test a theory is to get others involved and to record those theories or those um, um, reactions from others to see if the theory is true or not. Okay, so be looking for a video that's going to come out that is about uh, um, Project Retrograde. Okay, probably the title is going to be Project Retrograde. Ah, can't get it out of my mouth. So, and I will give you all the details and information on it. Let me know if you would be interested in be involved in this project. It's just a theory I have that we can see how it works, and we can see what the end results come out. Okay. Also, another thing, when I'm doing the astrology, all right, I'm going by my time, Eastern Standard Time. So if I give you a time, then it's dealing with my time, and you have to adjust your time to it, to what it is in your area. Okay, because I'm from the East Coast. I'm set up with New York Eastern Standard Time. Um, and yes, we do change our clocks, which we will do on November the 5th. We'll um, fall back an hour, so it'll get darker earlier, but it'll get lighter earlier. Um, so that will change on November the 5th. Um, let's see, what else is there I might want to let you know? Oh, I have everything laid out already with your tarot reading. I have not seen anything. I've just not looked at any of it. I just pulled it, put it out, and we'll see what it goes together. Okay, and we'll see what's happening here. Remember, astrology is about it's accurate to the point of I don't have everyone's chart. I'm not going to say it's not general because I don't know what all is in your chart. So it's for the collective, but the planets are where they are. You have to look at your chart or get a private reading to compare those two of where the progression is, where you are, where what is happening from the time of your birth to what it is today. So it's a collection of everyone, but the houses remain the houses. You are a Leo. You're just in at a different time period. Everybody, doesn't have, even if you have the same birthday, uh, your position of the sun may be different. Um, there could be positions of the other planets that change. So we're not all of our DNA is not made up the same. Um, and things are not always the same. Remember, each house is divided up into 3 sections. Thus, it's also divided up at times into other areas as well that affects in that uh, section. Um, so anyway, remember that like you got the first decant, second decant, third decant. That's 0 to 9. So you're born somewhere in that time period or those dates. You've got 10 to 19. So somewhere in those dates. And then you've got the last decant, which is 20 to 29. And so, like I said, everybody's a little bit different, but it's a collective for everyone because I don't know what's in your chart. I don't know what your birth chart is. Okay, so we're going to get into the astrological first, and I'm going to since I didn't get with y'all yesterday because I do have a personal life, and right now my personal life is kind of difficult. There's a lot of changes going on in my life. There's a lot that has to deal with business things I've got to take care of. I do have my mother who I take care of things for her as well and do for her. I take her to doctor's appointments. I check on just all kinds of things that I have to keep up for her, medically, financially, and all the other stuff that I'm responsible for. And I take my responsibilities very serious. And I have to um, prioritize my responsibilities. I don't get to do everything that I want to do when I want to do it. Okay? Maybe one day I'll get to, but I'm getting there. All right? I'm getting there. And eventually it will all fall into place eventually, which will be a good thing. And I'll find peace and comfort in that and happiness in that. And we'll see, where it goes, where it goes. So I'm going to start off on the evening of Wednesday evening because today is Thursday. And I'm going to start off with where the moon happens to be. I'm just looking at something here. All right, we're going to start off where the moon goes into Cancer here. So if you're ready, let's go. Get it. Let's get it on. Okay, here we go. Leo, this is for you. All right, as you can see, I said we're going to start off with the moon with its ingress into Cancer, which it did yesterday at 4:30 in the afternoon. All right, it entered here. And this was on November the 1st. Mercury was ruling the day, and the hour happened to be about Mars. So there could have been something here with Mars in this hour that you were trying to get maybe something accomplished here. Mars is can be troublesome. I don't know what you're trying to do here. I don't have any idea. But I know the moon was going into Cancer and it rules Cancer. When it entered into Cancer at 0 degrees, it came in conjunction, or I'm going to say conjunction with Vesta. Now, what is Vesta? Vesta is the keeper of your spiritual flame. You can see the little flame here coming up. It's also, it has a reference to Libra at times, but is in your 12th house, and the moon was coming into your 12th house. But like I said, it is the keeper of the spiritual flame. It represents the sacred, feminine, creative energy that allows you to dedicate yourself to aspirations, plans, goals. And that's where Mars comes in at that hour yesterday when it moved into Cancer. So you may have been acting on something of your plans, your goals, but today, with it being the 2nd, and you'll see this in a minute, something here has transpired over from yesterday to where now Vesta is it's retrograde, meaning that you may be reassessing these goals and these aspirations and plans. Because Vista shows where you have a nun, meaning N-U-N, like a nun, which is a spiritual devotion, a nun-like spiritual devotion to a cause, a project, a person, a belief that is sacred to you. So you remember first, it's about your aspirations, your plans, and your goals. And then your devotion to the cause or the project or the person or belief that is sacred to you. But this is going retrograde. So you're going to be reevaluating this internal flame. Do you still feel, or do you want to put that creative energy into something, into aspirations and those plans and goals? Are you going to stay devoted, or are you devoted to these causes or projects or a person or a belief system? Now, what is influencing this? You may wonder. Is Saturn, the moon to Saturn. what you feel. The moon is about what you feel. We're talking about your 12th house here because there's nothing there in your first house. What rules you is the sun. And where's the sun? The sun's in your 4th house, your home. That emotional, where you feel secure, the home. Are you devoted to your home? Are you devoted to someone in your home? Are you devoted to some project, some cause, some belief you have in your home? Because right now there is, at that time yesterday when this moon went into Cancer, we're talking about your 12th house, which that 12th house has to deal with karma, karmic cycles. Karma where, excuse me, is a result of your past acts, which has to do with the South Node. 3rd house, just fairness, balance. It's Libra energy. It's about justice. It's about fairness. It's about equality. Are you equal here with others? And it's also dealing with growth. Did with their past karmic actions that there could be some growth going on here? Was there potential for growth in something? In your visions, in your goals, in your aspirations? Because what I'm seeing is in the past here, and this is where you're going to be all in retrospect about with this going retrograde. You're going to be reassessing something here. Was something fair? Was something just? Because what I'm seeing is a quincunx from that past node, from what your aspirations were and your plans and your goals. There's a quincunx here, meaning that your past acts do not meet with the aspirations you wanted to achieve. So, with that being said, there's some adjustments needed between the energies, decisions and adjustments that have to be made to your aspirations, your plans, and your goals in your 8th house that you share with someone else. Is what I'm seeing here yesterday. What I'm also seeing here is that it's going to involve you having courage to communicate, because 3rd house is about communication, about something being fair and balanced and just, of growth, birthing something. Is someone else putting as much into this as you are? You share something here. But I've got to say, in your 2nd house, which is about heredity, and it's about money. It's about your values, feelings, self-worth, talent, social privileges, and cultural background, possession, security, earning, ability to make money. And you, in what's there, is Venus. And Venus is in a fall because here Venus feels like it's being, you may feel like you're being dishonored because you're not achieving something you want to achieve here. Because over here where your goals and your aspirations are, Venus is an opposite of the house that it's exalted in. So remember the 8th house and the 7th house and the 6th house, but whatever you do working toward here in the 6th house, it follows into the 7th house in partnerships, marriage, business, clients, whatever this may be. But it also goes into the 8th house of the other person, what you share with someone else or what they share with you. So here, what I'm kind of seeing is This is not pleasure, this is worry. Because there is an opposition with Venus about those goals with another person. You may aspire with another person. Maybe you're not having that devotion to the cause or the project or the person or the belief of what the other person wants to share with you. You don't agree in some way, you're opposed to that other person. All right? And what I see is the also in conjunct not only with your past acts, the way you communicated or your actions. Let's put it this way: you could have been agreeing with this person, and even though you didn't believe it, you didn't believe what you were saying. Your actions were showing. How do I put it? It's like you were saying, yeah, okay, yeah, that's great, that's awesome, whatever. But the whole time, deep inside of you, your actions were like, I'm not doing that. But you weren't saying that. And so your actions has to adjust with what you're communicating or relating to the other person. And you got to make a decision to let that person say, hey, you've got to be able to express yourself that you may be not in agreement with this. You don't think this is a good idea. You don't think this is healthy in beliefs. You don't have too much faith in this for the future of this, whatever's going here. You don't aspire to the same thing as the other person. Even though, there's something here with something's missing. You feel like something here is missing. That it would take a radical change with Uranus to make something here bring it to a conclusion or a ending of a cycle. Because, like I said, Venus is exalted over in Pisces, but here it's not in Virgo. And right now, with Venus being there, I just feel like you're not really with the game plan here. Because it's about the capacity to love or your values. You're worried about something here. You're showing your attitudes and you need to express your needs here. And how it affects you, your attitude. If a person's not getting what they need emotionally or in love, and you really want to work at something here, and the other person is not giving you what you need or giving you the support in something here, then you're going to feel like, what's the sense in putting the effort in something? I mean, if they don't give you the support you need and give you the love that you need and support you in it, and what you're value and most attracted to, and you can show that this could be something of a money gain, not a money loss. Anytime you get involved in some kind of project, you've got to spend a little to make some, right? But you got to reinvest sometimes. So Venus can either create money gains or money losses. And if the other person doesn't support you in it, then you've got issues here. Something here is not, I don't know. It could be you're opposing what the other person wants to do. Maybe the other person's gotten involved in a lot of things and spent money in those things. And you said, okay, you did this and you did this and you did that. And I believed in you and I supported you and I did this and whatever. But they never went nowhere. Maybe It wasn't a long-term thing. And right now, so you here in the 12th house, your 12th house, which deals with the karma that you've been going through of the past acts of something in the home that's been going on, you're going to start reevaluating this and saying, okay, we got to, with Saturn here, it's about restrictions. Maybe there's limits to what can be done here. Because, like I said, with trions are something here. It shows your creative self-expression. How you want to show that. You want whatever creative thing you're doing here, expressing yourself in a very creative way. And it can bring such an ease and comfort so that something here can be missed. You're not seeing something. Maybe from the other person that they're really not, are they really supporting and being proactive in your vision and in your insight of something. It's like if you and I went out there and stood and looked at something, okay? And it may not look that great, but in our eyes, we look at a vision of something of what could be. Our visions may not be the same, but are we supporting one another's, each other in partnership here? Even though we have different visions and how to go about it, and the insight may be different, but are we going after the same thing here? Are we supporting each other? So with Venus, with Vesta retrograde, you're going to be reevaluating, because look where Vista's sitting at. It's sitting there in with where Venus, what you need, okay, support. Got to put the work in, because Virgo's all about the work. It's about the help, the energy you may be giving to somebody. And it's also dealing with Venus here. It was with Mars, but now, and it's going to go backwards, so it's going to go back as it sits there, getting ready to go retrograde. Venus. It's like I put effort into something here in the past, maybe, and I don't know if I'm going to put effort into it again, because as it goes backwards, it's going to go into where this energy of Mars. And Mars is where the warrior. You've been maybe done something in the past. You maybe supported somebody here in the past, but all of a sudden you're ready to take that knife because of wounds that things you've done and got hurt by. You're ready to cut it, because the wounded warrior of Mars is like the knife. It's like the surgeon. It's like taking the action. And mentally, you may be cutting off something here, because I see in the quincunx from Mercury over to Chiron. It's like, I'm not healed yet from what happened before. So I don't know. Because there's an opposition here with all this when planets like this come together, all this illuminator and two planets, it's called a stellium. Anytime there's more than two planets, it's a stellium. It's like the energy bottles up. It comes together and it feeds off of one another. And everything here in the internal planets are moving forward. So this energy is kind of like combined. And you can see the conjunction, because the sun's over here to Mercury. Mars is over here feeding stuff into Mercury about what action, or Mercury's feeding into Mars. You got to do this, you got to do that. There's a focus on the action, thus thinking, how am I going to do this? And it's a stellium of energy that's combined, that you're focused on how you're going to do this, and you're thinking about what you have to do. How do you do it? And this, like I said, is going retrograde. So it's still about Venus putting that work in. And how am I going to do it? Or am I not going to be able to do it at all? Or am I going to just eliminate and cut out my goals and aspirations of what I want to achieve and accomplish? That's what you could be saying to yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. You may be limited and restricted because Saturn is about time. Do you have the time to do this? Do you have the means to do this? Do you have there's something here. I don't know what exactly you're doing, but Saturn is about time. And it's also about laws. And it's also about the belief of getting something and believing in something. And are you going to stick with it if it's, whatever this is? But like I said, now that this is going retrograde and it's moving back as the moon's coming in, something here, you're going to be really with this conjunct, the moon, what you feel conjunct here. You've been thinking, emotions here. On the first, you were thinking about what you felt about this, and now you're reevaluating. Do I have the time to focus on something here? Is it worth my time? It's something about the home, the family, where you feel this emotional home and nurturing, especially the mother, family, roots, and foundation, supporting you in all activities, in your activities, affairs at the end of life. The moon is classified as the mother energy anyway. Mars is classified as the father energy. Um, so there's something here. There's something in your home. You're really focused in the home life, but there's an opposition of expansion or growth. There's could have been some sudden changes that were taking place, radical changes, and this is going to go on for a little bit longer. I mean, Jupiter's going to go retrograde by the end of December. Uranus will be going next year. Neptune will be going next. I think it's this month. Um, no, no. Neptune will go next month, and Jupiter will go next month direct. So we're going to have two of those planets going direct about close together. Well, Jupiter will do it at Neptune. I'm sorry, Neptune will do it on the 6th of December, and Jupiter will do it on the 30th. And then Uranus will go next year into January when it'll go direct, and then for about 5-6 months, something like that. Until after that around that solar eclipse is going to happen in April, then things will start going retrograde again, and it'll start with Pluto. But we'll talk about all that then. But the big thing is what you're focused on right now. You're focused on limitations, restrictions of something, you may be missing something here in those goals and aspirations, your plans. Are you going to really are you devoted to this cause, a project, a person, or belief that is so sacred to you? I mean, this is really, yesterday evening was an emotional time. Now we're going to go with Cancer. Yeah, go with this one. Okay, you see now they're really right on top of one another. Um, You can see Cancer, and they're feeding this energy. They're both at the same degrees, the same minutes. They're both in this first decant of Cancer, the house of the 12th house of karma. This is karma. Like I said, the results of past acts, where there might have been hidden supports and limits. Remember, we said something here you may miss about, with Saturn going direct. It's going to be building up that energy. What's going to be your limits that you're going to have to deal with? Is there something here where something is hidden that really is somebody hiding their support? Because the 12th house is also known as unknown enemies that you don't know. Something hidden here. Is there something here that's keeping, hidden, I get the hidden support, but something here in the home in Scorpio is about secrets. Are you hiding something? Is something being hidden here in your home life? With it being Scorpio. Honestly, now. What secrets or something here that's being hidden? Because as they're trying to something, if you focusing on something here, and the sun is the core of the individual and discloses the individual's attitudes and needs. Are you hiding what you feel because of somebody else's or something in the home of people's actions? I just feel like there's secrets going on here, and it's creating some sort of karma because of past acts. And I don't know if you're communicating this, or you're saying what you need here in the home, or you just keeping those feelings hidden from the other person if you're married or you're in a partnership or a business thing here. Because I really honestly believe that this cycle of in your sixth house of you being you being supportive or helping others, because this is all about, with the sixth house, is about work. It's your work and your health and improvement. And if you don't see any improvement in work you're giving or what you're helping others and your willingness and devotion to help them, there may be some change here. Because that sixth house, and it's ruled by Capricorn, is something, here of being in service in a career, your reputation, your professional achievement. If you're not getting the acknowledgement of what you're doing and the work you're putting in here, that cycle's going to end. If not being acknowledged and rewarded. And you may not be so inspired to be of help, because there's something here with the sextiles from Uranus here over to Neptune, over to Pluto. And like I said, that sextile energy where there's opportunities for productivity and success, but the mental attitude is being activated. And you have to activate it for it to work. And I'm seeing, especially, that you may feel there's no growth here and there's no expansion, because I'm looking at these two in your 10th house of career, where you want something that is possibly secured, and it's not. There's too much radical change going on here. And I feel like the cycles, you never know. I don't know what kind of job you're doing here, but there's a lot of stuff going on in change here. And you're reevaluating these changes, those radical changes that have been taking place. And you're seeing, well, did something grow here? Was it worth the investment, the time? Did I grow as a person in my career? Did it help my reputation? Did it, whatever did it do? Did I get um professional achievement? Is this your life goal? Do you have prestige in your position? I mean, these are things that, that we got to think about. If there's no growth in a career, why are you there? I mean, I've worked in a bank before. I started out in banking. Um, when in my younger age, 15 years old, I started out in restaurants, right? And then after that, when I got married the first time, I went into banking. After my son was a certain age. Um, I think he was walking, he was toddling then. So, um, when I went to work, um, but and then I went into banking, and if as long as I was kept busy, um, I loved my job. But later on, I went back into banking again many years later, and I went into office work, and sometimes it was boring. And I was the type of person, my mind needed to stay active. Um, and so then I went into manufacturing where I had to think constantly and plan things out and do this and do that, and I loved it. So most of my career after that was manufacturing or management, um, where I had to think. I had to figure things out. I had to sort things out. I had to, if there was a problem, I had to figure out how to resolve it. So I loved that. Uh, Not that it did my health a lot of good, because many years of stress like that is not good for your health. To work in that high tension environment. So there's something here. You're going to be reevaluating things spiritually. Is it worth it? Because remember, whatever the radical changes were, because of retrograde here, Neptune being retrograded as well, and then it fed into, now it's feeding into a, a, a direct Pluto. Pluto was retrograded to make changes here, but now it's going direct. So it's like the cycle's ending. And you're going to have to readjust something here. There's a lot of readjustments and challenges and oppositions to things that's going to come about. Because still, Pluto, now eventually Pluto will not be square with the nodes. That will change. But the moon will be square. Um, but right now, you know, there's something of a challenge here. Stumbling blocks that you're going to have to work through and find your way through. And one of them has to be this: you're going to have to reevaluate a lot of things. And you're going to have to get that mind working, thinking. I need solutions. What do I need to cut off here? What do I need to do? But you don't want to create karma. You want to, if you create karma, you want it to be good karma. You want to do something that's good, not something that's harmful or vindictive or any of that stuff. You don't want none of that. That's bad. That's bad juju. Don't want to go there. No, no, no. All right. Um. So let's go on into. We're still in the second. The moon. The sun. Trying the moon. We talked about that. The moon. Sextiling Jupiter. There's that opportunity for you to reassess something here. Was there growth here? If not, then something's got to change. We do know that. Um, And also, we're going to go where the moon uh, is trying Mars now. It's important on this day. By the end of the day, you're going to be, looking at this of something here with trions, um, how you're going, this energy of expressing that you're reevaluating the goals and the aspirations here and the plans. Got to reevaluate something here. Because by the end of the day, this is Jupiter ruling the day and Jupiter retrograde. There's, you know, are you rewarded well? I mean, Jupiter's all about rewarding, and it goes in expansion and growth. As you grow and expand in some way here in your career, guess what? You get rewarded, right? You progress and have this prestige and position. You get the raise. Is there growth here in it? But I'm wondering if you're looking at with past actions, you've given to something here, but has it been given back? And you may look at this and say, because we're seeing a square of something here, with the moon over to Chiron, that, is this healthy? Is this going to work? Because you're reassessing the health of something here for the future. Your desire towards something. Is this a healthy desire? And my past actions or past actions that took place in communication. Was there good communication? Was everything, but it's all about things that, the past is things we leave behind or we cut out, or do we deal and heal with the old wounds and move forward? Do we get what we need? Are we, our needs being met? And like I said, Venus is where, with it being in your second house, that is about your money. Is there money lost or is there money gained here? And if you're not gaining and it's costing, then you've got to reevaluate this. It cannot sustain it for a long period of time, and you know that. Then we're going to go on the 3rd. Now, tomorrow, which will be Friday, which will be ruled by Venus, okay? We've got the sun here that's in this opposition with Jupiter. It's there today, but it's going to still, that focus is going to be there. Something coming out. The sun feeds the vitality for something to grow. But if it's in retrograde, you're going to look at that growth because something's not growing as fast as you would like it to, or it's not having expansion. And you're going to look at the growth and see if it's what you have to do here. Because it's affecting what you feel with the moon. It's going in that second decant. And it's got you thinking. It's got your mind activated. You got to activate your mind for it to work. You got to figure something out. There's a problem here because it's in opposition. Because something may not be healthy. The moon squaring Chiron, we done talked about that. There's something not healthy here. The moon trying Mercury. Again, you got to activate the mind. See what you're missing here. See what's missing. Are you putting the energy? Are you emotionally supporting something here? Because we're looking at, this could have been something during that lunar eclipse. that we had in Taurus that emotionally you just kind of gave up on something. You may have let it go because we're still affected with the lunar eclipse because this just happened. So on the 28th of October it happened. So we're still having it's having some impact here. And then the moon sextiling Uranus. I talked about that. Or what is that? Wait a minute. Um, yeah, moon sextiling Uranus here. But there's also the square to the north node. So this energy you got in this 12th house is some kind of, 12th house is karma. Or I'm sorry, 12th house is, 12th house is karma. A lot of people dealing with karma right now by their past actions and what they did. And we're seeing where Mercury with the moon, okay, in a sextile with Venus, this is about, again, anytime you think about sextiles, there's opportunity for productivity and success here. But you've got to activate, it's the mental attitudes being activated. What kind of mental attitudes is it being activated? Where's Mercury? Mercury's in Scorpio. It's something, I don't know if you're communicating here or if you're keeping something within of what you're thinking. Are you expressing it? What you're focused on? That I've done this, I've done that. Why is it not growing? Why is something here not? And you're having to see, what did I miss here? What is it I'm missing? Because, like I said, the moon goes over here to this. Number one, this has to do, is this a money gain or a money loss? Is it a pleasure gain or is it not pleasure? Is it sort of something here, because remember I said Venus is in a fall here in Virgo. You're worrying about something. What are you worrying about? The money situation, the finances, your values, or something here? Because this is feeding into your mind where the mental attitude is there. And I think you're in some kind of conflict that's going on. And you know that things have got to change or things have changed. And it's affecting what your visions are, your goals are. All that spiritual energy that you wanted to keep alive, something you wanted to keep it going. That eternal flame, that spiritual flame. That you had faith in something here. And I feel like you're losing faith in something here. Because something, with Pluto is kind of like, it's the death and the rebirth. Now, you can see right here, Pluto's not in squaring the nodes anymore on this day, on the 3rd. And this moon, like I said, we have just talked about the trine. I talked about the moon, with the sextile with Venus. Also the trine to Pluto. Or Neptune. I'm sorry, Neptune. And Mercury in an opposition. Where's that Venus in an opposition? Venus in an opposition to Neptune, where you're opposing or you're worried about here the faith, their spiritual flame going out. something, it's like the fire's going out of something here, your desire or passion or something for here is the flames just kind of dying out. Now the moon is going to move into Leo on the 4th, and it's going to be in opposition um, with Pluto here. And it's also at 0 degrees. I mean, first thing it's going to do is it's going to go into this quincunx with Saturn, because now this is stationary. You're going to start feeling this energy of Saturn that's, you can't do this, you can't do that. What is restricting or limiting you? Because this is about you. That now that the moon has moved into your first house, it's how do you feel? You feel that your passion for something is dying out. It's not fulfilling you emotionally anymore, because there's restrictions and limitations here, and you're going to have to make some sort of adjustment and decision, and you're going to have the courage, and you are Leo, to have the courage to make that decision of what you're going to give into something now emotionally. Because I feel like, the flame's dying out. It's just the passion's not there. Not like it used to be. Because then again, like I said, with Mercury being in an opposition to Uranus, it's going to be, you're going to make that sudden change. It has to. You're going to maybe even rebel against something here that, hey, I just don't feel it anymore. You're losing that inspiration towards something that you were really inspired about, and it's like it's not there because there's so many limitations or restrictions going on here. And then the moon is going to square with Jupiter by the end of the day on the 4th. And see how the moon now goes into this square to Jupiter and a square, the sun square, and your feelings. You're really focused. There's something here with Scorpio focused on you and what you may feel, because they're going to, if this is another person or something here, they're going to know the change. They're going to know something here and it's not right. They're going to feel that you're opposed to something here. You're in opposition to something here. Because something with your emotions is going to be felt in the home due to a career. I don't know if you're putting more into a career that ain't going nowhere, or that the other person may be putting more energy into the career and not enough in the home, and it's affecting you emotionally, because these are challenges. These are, when you're looking at the moon here in a square, that's like, stumbling blocks. You're trying to build something, but it's just not going anywhere. And you're wondering why. And then you look with the sun of something here in your home life where that something, I don't think it's you, because it's somebody else, it's something that they don't see the feelings there in the home. I feel like you're emotionally detaching here to what's going on in the home. It's just not, you just don't feel it. And this other person is looking over there that hey, or something here In the home, they're noticing you've changed. So, we also have, looking at, I'm looking at the fifth here. Um, that has to do with that square. Okay. See, now Mars jumps in. There's a piece on my time frame here that's missing, but it's Mars. Mars in the square with the moon as well. I mean, we're talking about with this somebody trying to feed something in. I mean, we're talking about home and career. Something, uh, mm, is somebody not being at home as much as they used to be? They've been spending maybe more time or building a career or something here. Um, I don't know why I'm getting that, but I've got also we got Mars in a quincunx to Chiron, something unhealthy. Um, but there's got to be, somebody here in the home is making some sort of decision. I mean, we're talking about you. We're, your first house. So some people in the house are noticing things here. Um, you might not be saying anything, but there's something with health going on here. I mean, is it your health or is it the health of the home? Not a healthy home life. We got the ninth house. I mean, we're looking at a desire here because, again, like I said, Mars rules Scorpio, but the ruler of Aries is Mars. Somehow this is going to affect the future, and there's got to be some adjustments here made. Um, and the ninth house is all about um, expanded consciousness and the higher mind, thinking, spiritual. And again, like I said, with Vista, the fear, uh, the keeper of the spiritual plane. Um, and there's got to be some decision made here and some adjustments. And the moon also emotionally, there's a trying here to with whatever's going on in the home, there's got to be some kind of adjustment or decision made here for the future because something here is not being healthy. And I don't know if it's you, but we had this trying with what you feel. You may feel like everything's great, everything's fine. I don't know what you're worried about. I'm fine. I mean, you could be saying things like that, but somebody's noticing something is not lit in you. You, all that desire and passion and everything you had for maybe someone, they're realizing and saying, I'm wondering if it's still there anymore. They may be asking themselves, does Leo care about me much anymore? Or care about her home or whatever this is? Because it's usually like somebody in the home that keeps the home fires going. And with this moon squaring Um, Mars. It makes me wonder that your actions are showing, or somebody's concerned about the actions here, your past actions. Maybe they're seeing something coming up, um, that some kind of change has happened here, radically changed from one way to another way. And to me, it all has to do with the goals, the plans, the aspirations you once had. And I feel like something's, it's going out. Something's not keeping it alive here. And I don't know why. But it's done got somebody's mind activated. There's it's there. And I don't know if that's you in your home life and what you're trying to do here. Let's go into the next day. On the 6th, which is going to be it's going to be like Friday, because Monday, I mean, something here was really all that energy that happened on Friday and all that affects or aspects to these things is coming back around on Monday. Because on Monday we have the moon um that is going to square Mercury. Um there's a lot of stuff here with the future going on. Um because Mercury's going to go into this again with the quincunx to the future, or to the North Node, which is about the future. So there's something here that, with the South Node, the past, your past aspirations, your past goals, or something, you're letting something go here. I don't. What are you losing interest in the home? I don't know. To me, I don't know. It's like you're losing interest because you're not getting the emotional support I think you need. Um, from somebody, because somebody not putting some interest in something here in the home. They're not putting the work or the effort. Um, I mean, something here's missing for sure. And we also have the moon. We already talked about the square with Mercury, but we also have the moon at 25 degrees in a quincunx to Neptune. Something may have been productive, or you had productivity and maybe some success in the past, but it's like it's not. Um, there's problem here. And we got Venus trying Pluto. Now, these are both earth signs. You're trying to me, it's like you're trying to control something here, that it could be something very toxic, uh, something of an ending. The cycle is coming to an end. I can due to some toxicity, something that was not healthy. I keep getting that over and over again. It's like it can be good, but then the good cycle could be ending. Where there was maybe some, but it's almost like something was missing here. You didn't see something. I keep getting that as well. Something you were missing here. It just felt so comfortable. You didn't see it. Whatever was going. You ever get so comfortable in a situation that you don't see some red flags here? You know what I'm talking about? Some people get so comfortable in certain situations they don't see where something is missing. And we have this moon, that moon in a quincunx with Pluto again. I'm telling you, you see 4 lines of quincunxes here to the future, to something unhealthy, thinking, north node, south node, future, past, goals and ambitions, and the moon to something of a cycle ending here. Um, and again, I will say quincunxes are their energies that just there needs to be some adjustment between these energies, and the only way that the adjustment comes is by a decision that has to be made, and you've got to have the courage to make that decision. And the moon is in an opposition. I mean, we got the quincunx in it from Mercury over to the future. Something of the past goals, aspirations. You're revising those, relooking at them because things have changed suddenly. And then we're going to have the moon is going to move into Virgo, where it will be trying. Oh, I'm sorry, missed one here. It will go and it will be in an opposition with Saturn, which we had, and then it will trine with Neptune, or Mercury will trine with Neptune. I'm just going to create that because the moon, what you feel is you're going to be analyzing your feelings of what here is something coming to a conclusion or a cycle ending. I don't know if you felt really valued here. I wonder about that too. Um, the sextile with the moon that's going to happen. Oh crap! Come back here with Jupiter, and it's also going to be that sextile to Vista, where you're reevaluating spiritually how you feel for something. The flame, can it be lit again? Um, you're analyzing what I feel like you're analyzing here. Why did something die? Why did the cycle end? What was it that you were not inspired anymore because something wasn't growing? There might have been losses here. The moon goes 9 degrees, trying Jupiter again. I mean, this is going to deal a lot with your spiritual message here that's going to come out. That I feel is going to be really important. And then this sun, which is sextiling the moon here at the end on the 7th, which will be on Tuesday. So there's a focus here on analyzing the feelings. And again, that's about the mental attitudes being activated. And you've got to activate it for it to work. You've got to feel. You got to acknowledge you feel something here. Or having someone else acknowledge what you feel, what you need. Are you getting what you need here? All right, I'm going to bring up the cards now, and I'm really interested because, like I said, I don't look at these in advance. I like to see them when you see them, and see what's happening here then. So, and it's going to be interesting when I look at what your spiritual card is here. Okay. First thing I want to do is I want to look at what the overall energy is for now. And we have the death card. What did I say? Endings. Something is now coming to an end. That's that Pluto energy. There's a death of something here. A cycle that's going to come to an end. And what was going to take that later on is that Ace of Wands. That something of igniting that flame again. Where are you going to get the inspiration from again? What's going to feed into that to light that fire again? And that won't be until February. What's it going to take you from this point on of this week that's going to try and get you inspired into something to light that flame again that you have, whatever the goals are? I mean, it's going to take you reassessing everything. Is it worth it? Let's see what the situation is right now. We got the Chariot here. That's your moon. That's the emotions. I mean, you're going through, it started out with Gemini where, the emotions and thinking, what you feel, and then, you weren't feeling something here. Had a lot to do with karma. And then there was something about yourself, your passions or whatever, and then now it goes into Virgo where you're being very analytical, maybe sometimes somewhat emotionally critical. I mean, your emotions have been really, I would say, your emotions have been transiting really through some difficult. You may have been having high and low emotional feelings. You got the Wheel of Fortune as the challenge. So it's, again, the wheel is something, nothing stands still. And when I say a challenge, remember I said the squares? Those are challenges. Those are stumbling blocks. Something here needs to change. The wheel is turning because of what you are feeling. You're being emotionally challenged here. I don't know what you're trying to deal with here. Let's look what's on your foundation. Jesus, you got all major arcanas here. We're looking at Jupiter, okay? And this is Sagittarius. It's about that ninth house is all about faith, religion, um, philosophy, publishing, writing, these sort of things. I mean, both of these is, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. And what's in your ninth house is Aries. There's nothing in your fifth house right now. until Mercury moves in there. Then there could be some kind of love affair or something like that you have here going on. Maybe trying to recapture that flame. You know, a lot of times couples will do that. And right now you're just trying to be sort of abstaining or being patient, you're trying to, temperance is that where you're trying to just, patience. You're looking at things emotionally, you're assessing them. Um, and there's some things here that you may have to release. I mean, there's something here where you're trying to spiritually, I feel like you're trying to go the distance, but it's like a never ending story. A lot of people are going through karma right now. What they do, their past acts are coming back to bite them in the butt. And I'm not saying that for you, but you could be dealing with some karma here, somebody else's karma. And you're just trying to be patient and just, I mean, hell, I've been through that too myself, but it didn't get me nowhere. We got the King of Cups. That's, to me, kings are mutual signs. So I'm looking at Pisces. I'm looking at your aspirations and your goals and what you felt. You felt really had this devotion to something here, to this King of Cups. You want something here that you know is changing, and how do I decide? How do I survive it? What's going on emotionally? I don't know what it is, but I mean, you've got universe here really trying to guide you and help you and move you, and it's going to take your faith and your devotion to get through this. You got the Eight of Swords here. Gemini energy in the past. South Node. Something you felt trapped in. And, that may be where I said that you've been trying to go the distance and you're doing everything you can. You're trying to survive something here. And you didn't see this coming. And whatever it is, you've got to release something here that's on your mind. You got the Queen of Wands. That's Aries energy. It's about relationship, healing relationships, or healing a relationship. I mean, when they say cups, that's plural, right? They say wands, that's plural. So there's multiple to something here. There's a burden that you've gone through and a lot of emotions and a lot of devotion to something here. But the overall energy, I just don't know if it's going to survive it. Why have you got the Seven of Swords in your energy? What secrets have you been keeping? You're conflicted about something here. There's something about it. I feel like this is the decision you had to make, or a decision you made about something here that you were thinking. Because you've gone from the Eight of Swords to the Seven of Swords. So what is this about? What are you suspicious of? And I feel like this has to really do with the decision. But this is Aquarius energy. Then it moves into a Gemini. So, and right now I'm looking at Mercury in a square to Saturn, which rules over And it's at 0. It's right on the cusp of Aquarius. You know, the fox is the one that goes around the hen house, you know? Sneaky, sneaky behavior. I don't know who, but it's in your energy. I don't know if you're suspicious of something or if you held back, about a decision. In your environment, you got the 10 of coins and the lovers. Somebody's looking at security here in a choice. Mm. This is in your environment. There's something has to do with the family inheritance, um, family security, the security of the family, the relationship. Could it survive any sort of temptations? What else do we got here? Oh, there you are. You coming out with the strength card. So I'm gathering. I'm gathering is you had the courage. You had the heart of a lion here to make this decision to something. Now, I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, you made it, and it's for security. The home. I mean, this is Virgo energy. You want a stable home. But it's a choice you made. Let's see what spiritual's going on here. Like I said, you're trying to go the distance here in something of a never-ending story. Something that keeps happening, and it's times. And we got a yang here, so we got a masculine energy. Trying to inspire something here. Masculine energy. And the last quarter of the moon, which will be coming up. I can even tell you when that's going to be. Um, Matter of fact, the last quarter moon is going to be on the 5th. And there's something here about gratitude. Some kind of gratitude. Showing gratitude. Because you've been assessing something here from the first quarter of the moon. From that, or you may be watching something here coming at the first quarter of the moon, because we always plant our seeds at the first quarter of the moon. Our intentions are always planted at the first. What we want to nurture, what we want to grow, what we want to work on. And we do that on the first quarter. So it could be something with you assessing something around the first quarter of the moon, but now you're releasing something of gratitude here to something, or somebody's giving you gratitude. I don't know. Um, let's see what your healing message is. Um, Seek to enlarge your appreciation of the beauty of nature, animals, and humans. Sounds like an earthly thing. Seek to enlarge your appreciation of the beauty of nature. I don't know, you may have some earth in your chart. Or by the end of this week, you'll want to spend time in nature with animals and maybe other humans, showing gratitude and appreciation for something here. What is the universe manifesting for you? It's the elements. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. So the universe is giving you all the elements that are there in nature to protect you. This going to be this is a powerful energy. When you get all four elements somewhere together like this, I see you got air, I see fire, I see water, and I see earth. So you do have the four elements here. And they all of this is combining very powerful and protective boundaries. It has to do with the spiritual, the mental, the physical, and the emotional. And you got it all here in your reading, every last bit of it. What door is the universe opening for you? I noticed this right here. It looks like it's already somewhat cracked, kind of cracked open, waiting for you to go ahead and open it. There's an opportunity here. Whoa. A cure for longing. Love is happiness. A spark inside. Live, live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. So you're longing for something here. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. So you're longing for something here, but it's all here in front of you. And that's what I got for you, Leos. If you would, and it resonates with you, please give the video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. I've got to go a little bit up some. Also, if you haven't subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications. I got to change that too. Well, I can't seem to win for losing here. No matter what I do, it just don't work. That's all right. I'll be okay. Back down. Okay, here we go. Like I said, if it resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. Oh, almost forgot your Astro dice. Lord have mercy. All right, let's see what planet, what sign, and what house is important for you on this week during this time period. All right. The sign you got is Gemini, is where the moon started out. So it's something here that you were already thinking emotionally. And it has to do with the ninth house. Spiritual. Healing. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see what's here in your external and what it is for them in the sign, the planet, and the house. We've got Capricorn, which is your sixth house, which is, I don't know what the other person's is, but it has to do with sixth house. And we have Mercury. So again, Gemini, Mercury, the thinking, activating, and we've got the seventh house. So it could be somebody here that you're either in partnership with or you're in marriage with. Uh, they are noticing something here that work has to be put in here. That something is definitely changing. Where you're in this with Gemini, ruled by Mercury. Somebody may have some suspicions about something here, about the way you're feeling or something that's going on here. I don't know what it is. Something in faith. I think somebody's having some kind of spiritual crisis here. Usually, when there's a something, a longing, that you know something's missing. Because why would you be longing if you were completely emotionally fulfilled in all areas? And you've got the four elements. So what's missing here, Leo? Okay. Y'all can comment below. And we'll see what's happening here. Like I said, give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate y'all subscribing. You don't have to, but you will get notifications when I'm on. So, and when whatever I'm doing here, you'll be notified because I do check that where my people will get notifications sent out. So I think I've got everything here. Okay. And until the next time, I appreciate it. And thank you guys. Y'all take care, and I will see y'all later. Bye for now.